Hello, welcome to this tropical update for Asia. So let's just see quickly what's happening with these cyclonic storms in the Indian Ocean and Africa. We'll talk about the one in Africa as well. So in a later video later this week, we'll talk about the cold against Siberia and the rest of Asia. But today's especially focused around the tropics. So let's just see quickly what's going on here. So there's this cyclone, I think it's change in the southwestern Indian Ocean. It's very weak and it will approach Tanzania and Kenya. It will leave some heavy rains starting tomorrow, Monday, across Tanzania and Kenya. It won't be that heavy, but it will bring some extra storms and some heavy rain in those areas Monday and Tuesday. By Tuesday afternoon, still shows more convection, some heavy rains, southern Kenya, Tanzania, those areas. Still Wednesday shows across Kenya, Thursday, and still a few storms. And those areas are in the tropics, so the rains continue. But just be aware, this storm brings some extra rain. So 5 day total rainfall does show some 65, 70 millimeters, even close to 80 in Tanzania. A few storms 19, 32 millimeters. It might be locally higher from a few storms from this system. But in Kenya shows even like 167, 175 in some localized spots, even southern Tanzania. So be careful, northern Tanzania actually. So be careful in those areas because those tropical thunderstorms can cause a lot of heavy rain and some flooding. There's the icon has spots in interior of Kenya, some 139 millimeters, 131. So stay safe. Be careful in terms of winds. This thing is already very weak. It won't cause much. It shows like it will bring some higher surf in a few areas, but not that much. Monday, Tuesday, and then the winds already dissipate. But be careful of the rains from this, especially Monday in the coast of Tanzania tomorrow. You should get more storms into Kenya Tuesday, like Monday, Tuesday until Wednesday, like Kenya, and it should continue even across southern Somalia. So be aware those areas and stay safe. Just as a summary for the rest of Africa, shows like still some rains in West Africa, they have diminished a little bit, but still some, and heavy across Central Africa, Cameroon, Democratic Republic of Congo, Angola, and then there's like this corridor from Angola to South Africa, more showers and storms, so probably more thunderstorms across South Africa this week as well. Botswana, a few showers, and like especially those afternoon storms shows some scattered showers and storms central southern Africa. So just be careful. And the next cyclone we should worry about is in the Bay of Bengal. So there are two. India is surrounded by two cyclones. One is already tropical, and the other one is a broad disturbance, but it might be on its way to be tropical. So there's Cyclone 3 in the Bay of Bengal. This goes, shows tomorrow, Monday, the 27th. It's practically already Monday there. Shows like a few spots in the west coast, the east coast of India, north of Chennai, especially these areas right here, central east coast. This is more like southeastern India, but this goes shows some very heavy rain and storms around the coast there. The worst should happen north of Chennai. So like you have escaped the worst, you go no further north, but just be careful there as well. It shows most of the east coast some heavy storms. Still by Wednesday, some moisture left over from this central to northern India might eventually go all the way to Nepal and some more snow in the Himalayas Friday into November 1st. Still shows a few storms from this. So please be careful. Shows across western India, a lot of heavy rain near the coast from this broad disturbance. It shows like Sunday today and Monday tomorrow, more storms on the west coast, especially northwestern India. This goes and the rains continue, especially like both systems are kind of connected from these storms and shows Tuesday still the broad cyclone spinning over the Arabian Sea and this goes and the heavy rain might continue throughout this whole week across northwestern India. So be careful in those areas. And the European rain accumulation shows like spots in the west coast, 97 millimeters, 50, 60 millimeters. But especially these areas along this peninsula, northwestern India, some 200 meters, 275 possibly. This might change, but it's possible. The icons further east, like 100, 184, a few spots northwestern India. The GFS is like the European, even worse, like 300 meters. These are northwestern India. So please stay safe in those areas and let's see for this other system now across southeastern India. So show like 239 millimeters in a few spots in eastern India. In Chennai, it's only showing some 70 millimeters, 60, 70. Not too bad, but be careful as well. Even like further south, there some 65 millimeters. Nothing crazy, but in the area where it might make landfall, further north, possibly more than 200 millimeters. The GFS is much less, but it does have a lot on the coast. The icon just scrapes the coast in a weird way, but it does have more than 100 millimeters as well. So be careful. There's the excess that shows like it does reach these areas, like 173 millimeters, closer to landfall. So the European has the most so far, but some other models are similar. So please be careful in this area. And like both of the remnants of these systems might end up in northern India near Nepal. The Europeans are actually like 200 meters spots southern Nepal and northern India. So be aware in those areas. Please be careful and be careful like some strong winds and I wouldn't say storm surge because this thing's not that strong, but like some rough seas, large waves, minor storm surge as this goes there, especially near the coast, the winds. But then as soon as it goes inland, the winds diminish. So Wednesday, Thursday, mostly gone, but stay safe as well. Be careful. So please be careful with flooding from both of these systems near Western India there and Eastern India. So please stay safe, be careful there in East Africa. And now, no active tropical cyclones in the Western Pacific, but I'm watching some disturbances of heavy rain, like in Vietnam, is showing more than 200 millimeters next 5 days on the European model. The excess is like 250 or more in the coast of Vietnam. The GFS is 500 millimeters in Vietnam. So something's going to happen there. So please be careful those areas. Let's see here what's going to happen. So like West Pacific shows there's like some showers and storms near the Philippines. Then there'll be there's this low pressure in the South China Sea by like Tuesday, the 28th. The low pressure spins there, and then like then some very heavy rain, most of Vietnam in those areas in the middle of this week. This goes later shows some more disturbances there near Vietnam. The GFS actually forming a tropical storm between the Philippines, the Mariana Islands on November 3rd. So still watching the first week of November in the Western Pacific because the GFS is pretty crazy there, but still like don't pay attention to that kind of far. But let's see the European for those areas, the South China Sea. So it has like already many storms in Vietnam, and those storms continue there because of those disturbances that keep coming. So it's no concrete storm, but a bunch of disturbances with heavy rain. So stay safe in those areas across Laos as well, Cambodia. Be careful, spots there near Hainan, southern China, slightly heavy rain as well in a few areas. And just be careful in the Philippines, the showers and storms that keep coming. More showers and thunderstorms, same thing for Micronesia, Marshall Islands, and into Palau in Guam. So be aware those areas, especially be careful these cyclones near India and East Africa. So stay safe. Just as a general recap, shows southern Japan, some heavy rain spots as well. Next 5 days to be careful with, and those fronts across Russia there with more rain and snow, especially snow there, most of central to northern Russia, snow in the southeastern peninsula and already the north island of Japan showing snow as well. So be aware a few spots northern Japan starting into the Himalayas, some heavier snow. The Himalayas, more in Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan a little bit, and some in the Caucasus. So be aware in those areas, and still shows like just to touch on this, those extreme temperatures, northern Siberia, -28 degrees Celsius, this goes, so like there's a mass of very cold air, -29, -30. The wind chills might feel like even like -40, depending on the wind, and like very cold most of Russia, except the far west. So northern China, North Korea, northern Japan are already with some active temperatures already. So please stay safe. And in Africa, still some extreme heat. Western Africa, there's some 40, 41 degrees. Stay safe. In South Central Africa, already shows like a few spots 37 to 39, close to 40 degrees. A few spots in Madagascar, 40 degrees. So some localized extreme heat already. So Tuesday, Wednesday, still hot, slightly cooler at night in the far south, but nothing crazy. And be aware, and especially in those rains and everything. So stay safe in those areas and be careful. There shows some rains in November near the desert as well. Might be a rare shower too, northern Iran and the Black Sea. So a shower too as well, especially in the Black Sea, some heavier fronts there. But we'll keep monitoring and stay safe.